All right, good morning. I don't think I said anything since this has been posted. So in the C++ getting help, in addition to the lab guy that's helping me, Jesse, and he has a couple hours on Fridays, 4 to 6. The tutoring of the Student Learning Center, Ryan's there for that. And also the department has hired quite a number of tutors who are available during all different times of the week. Again, this is a little Google Doc spreadsheet link off of the C++ Getting Help link, and where did it go? These numbers correspond to the room numbers. So 251 is the lab. So these people are sometimes in, sometimes in the lab, and in 244 is, I believe it's the door that you can kind of touch as you go into our lab, and that's just another computer lab. So they're in one of those two computer labs. So definitely seek them out. That's what they're hired to do, is to help you all. And of course there's me, and it goes without saying that I would encourage you to come to office hours, or if those office hours don't work, I'll meet you at the time and location of your choosing. Any questions on that, or anything else for that matter? To me about C++, if you got any general questions. All right. So let's see. I would also, the drum that I beat several times at the beginning of the semester, I'll beat again. If you're feeling out of your element, or that it's difficult, it is difficult. But the drum I wanted to beat is a reminder that it is a 4-unit class, and by this point you all are figuring out how to do a minimal amount of work and get everything done that I am grading. But just like you'd be doing 1 to 50 odds 4 nights a week in calculus, you should be sitting down and writing code, experimenting, trying different things. So what are we? We're at the very beginning of week 4, and the midterm is the very end of week 7. So that's still a ways off. People will ask, and maybe a bit premature to talk about studying for the midterm, but it's good for improving your C++ if you're wondering what to do. Can you go back? This is a rhetorical question. Are you able to go back to the early labs, the Hello World program? Could you write the Hello World program right now without looking at anything? Just pop open Vim, write it, save it, compile it. Could you do the same with the next lab and the next lab and the next lab? Right? That's the kind of practice you should be doing. You should be able to do these things without having to copy an existing program or look at whatever references. The bottom line is there literally is no cramming for the exams. Either you know how to code or you don't know how to code. And you can't cram how to code over a night or 2 nights. It's got to be that grind throughout the semester of you just writing code. So throwing that out there. Today we've got an activity. This is another activity that I would encourage you to work in groups if you're inclined, or you're certainly welcome to work on it on your own. It is. Must be assignment 9. All right, so assignment 9. There's a tarball here that you can download. Let me go ahead and download it. Whoops, looks like I may have downloaded it already. All right, let me try that again. All right, so I download it. I'm going to bring it here. All right, there is my tarball. I follow the directions here on how to extract. Tar is the command. X means to extract. V means verbose. You can put a hyphen there. Almost all commands, like this RM, I put a -R in front of it. Almost all commands have options that begin with a hyphen. It just so happens that tar is such an ancient command that it harkens back to the days before hyphens were required in options. So you got that kind of historical anomaly. I tend to leave it off out of habit. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking this ao9.tar, and this less than sign means I'm basically feeding that file into this command. I do that. The V for verbose, again, it normally works silently. The V for verbose gives me a little information on what it's doing. What it did is it created an ao9 directory, and in it, it threw a whole bunch of CPP files. So what you'll do is you'll cd into ao9, and you'll work on these files. Now, the deal with these files is I believe they are all programs that compile. Let me see. Whoops, I gotta give it a file. Hang on, you don't have to. I get a couple warnings. I get warnings on some of them. But they do all compile fine. So the issue with these programs isn't whether or not they have syntax errors. They don't have any syntax errors. The issue is that they have logic errors in them. They don't do what they're supposed to do. So you're supposed to basically read the intention of what they're supposed to do and then go in there and correct the code so that they behave correctly. Okay? When you're done working on all these, you've been working inside of this directory. You need to remove any executable files. If you aren't naming them, then the only one you would have is a.out. But if you are naming them, then you'd have to remove all the executable files that you named. And let me show, this is the submission link, so I kind of walk through it. Remove any executable files, that's what the remove a.out is. cd into ... that means move up to the parent, right? So if I do an ls, there's the directory you've been working in. And then you can just copy and paste this command. This is basically going the other direction. Now instead of an X, there's a C, meaning you're going to create an archive. You're going to be verbose about it. And what you're going to archive is this ao9 directory. And this command normally spits a bunch of garbage to the screen. I don't want that. I want it to go to a file. So what you're doing is you're actually overriding your original download file with an updated tarball, which has your corrected code in it. So once you do that, then this brand new one that was just overwritten over the old one, that's what gets turned in. Okay, that makes sense? Any questions on what I'm asking you to do today? Yes?
Do you want us to put any comments in the files that explain what we've done?
It's your discretion. I'm not looking for any comments. So just as long as you get the logic bugs worked out of the code, that's good. All right, go ahead and have at it.